Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. We are in open space. I have some news. Maybe some good news. The world is back. So I was able, with the help of Mark Finch again, to... Mike? Finch? Oh no, now I've messed it up. Mr. Finch, to recover the world. So he reminded me again to really search for every single instance of a certain thing in the save games and then delete that. And this, I was able to recover the world. We can do some work in here. I have the feeling that some of you might have liked the season 3, or to have a season 3 to get into what I'm doing here and all that stuff. And I kind of have decided that at one point it is time to really start season 3. I'm not sure when, but we will definitely keep that in mind. So few things I have to talk about is most of the mods, or some of the mods I really like, don't work here right now. Some of the modders seem to have really decided to go with the dev branch. I have the feeling, I get the vibe that some people in the modding community are not too keen about the changes to this, or to the changes with dev and stable branch. Could be because some again decided to just go with the dev branch. That makes all the people that use the dev version like me, the stable version like me, not too happy. That's a big problem. Because at the moment, and that's the thing where I'm a bit upset about. I don't know if I don't have the right to be upset, but at least I can state my opinion here. So let me get that right here. I don't want to say things. I just want to give you my opinion on that. So the stable version, I always thought would be updated every 4 weeks to basically everything the dev versions have. And I might have misunderstood that, because the last time it got updated, most of the stuff the dev versions, or some of the stuff the dev versions have, didn't get integrated, like the new way how the building stuff is. We will see that in a second. Here, most of this stuff, for example, in the dev versions, you have the ability now to use one of these symbols, and then you just rotate basically through the stuff that's below the armor tab, basically. So you put the light armor on your hotbar, and then you can just, with the scroll wheel, you can just go through it and have wedges, have corners and all that stuff. That's not in the stable version. Also, the changes to the modding API, I think, how it is coded and how the modders have to set up their mods to work in Space Engineers. That is all just, or still just, in the dev versions. These changes were what broke my world. So the new changes in there broke the world, and I had hoped that with the new update to the stable version, I could just recover the world and just reuse it. So, but I don't want to wait 4 more weeks until that happens. So that's why, I really needed the help to get my world back. still can't tell if the world is stable because I have so many mods in here now that don't work. For example, the gate doesn't work. The beam drill doesn't work. My power transmitter doesn't work. And I don't know how, but the ladders are also dev branch. So do they work? I don't know if they work. Normally I could just walk up to them. Yeah, seems to not work. So I decided to go with a stable branch for now because the nanites, for example, decided, or the mod author for the nanite stayed with the stable branch. Some people have versions for both. I saw, for example, one of the things, and now I don't know what. I always want to give credit where credit is due, at least in the weird way I can do it. Some of the modders decided to have both, a stable version and a dev version. One of the mods I changed out for that. I would have to look that up right now. So, yeah. I don't know what Keen does there, because I have the hopes that when the changes to the modding API are integrated into the stable version, that at least I can use the stuff from the stable version. Because what I see is that only these modding API changes prevent me from using the mods. That's as far as I can imagine how that works. That's the thing. I'm not a modder, I'm not a coder, I don't know exactly how this all works. But I saw some of the mods that were in the dev branch, they still worked in the stable version before the changes happened. So now I kind of now need input how to go along with this. The nanites is the mod that I definitely want to use. Will I go with the mods here and hope that in 4 weeks they start to work again, and then just go with it and see if they work from week to week or whatsoever? Or will I drop the nanites and go with the other stuff? I'm not too sure about that. I like the nanites so much that I might be able to just not work with the other mods. Although the gates, for example, really break my heart. The gates are what makes going around in my world relatively easy and makes it so I don't have to fly for, don't know, hours. I have a speed mod in here now, so I have a 500 meters or something like that speed mod in here. But for example, the autopilots, as far as I saw it, don't recognize that, so they will not work with that. One thing I need to take a look at is if this autopilot module works now, if I can use that, at least autopilot block. Autopilot commands, program autopilot, nice. Oh, take a look at this. Changes are happening. That's nice. Now I don't have to put in code anymore. It seems I can just... Oh, yes. Nice. Nice. That's good. That's a neat thing. So we can take a look at that in a bit. And hopefully I can figure out how this works now. I was so happy that I understood how this punching in code works. Maybe I can still use it, but we will test if the programming works maybe easier. Good. So we can use the autopilot now. I like that. I will take a look how the mod author for the autopilot decided if he wants to go with dev or stable, or if he has both. So I need input from you how to continue with this all, because for me it would be nanites and hopefully the autopilot. Then I am kind of happy for at least the next 4 weeks, and then I hope all these modding API changes get integrated. If the devs decide to again not give us all the new stuff, and I don't know why they did that. It's how I understood it. It is okay, 4 weeks or 3 weeks of dev versions, then one stable version. Or 4 weeks of dev versions even, because they put out a stable and a dev version when the stable comes out. It doesn't really matter. So, input, people. Input. I really need input. We will continue with the project I had the idea for for season 3, and maybe if we start season 3 we can do another jump and take this project with us and then continue from there on out. What I want to build is a mobile base. Now that I don't have the gates, it would be nice to have a mobile base to go around and then harvest materials and. I hope that at one point I can use the beam drills again. For now I will go with the nanites. I want to build a big or a relatively big mining ship that I can fly from asteroid to asteroid and then harvest the asteroid, maybe for all the materials that are in there, and then fly to the next one. This was, in my thinking, a way to bring materials into or to a fixed position, then refine them here and all that stuff, and then have a freighter fly to this place, pick up the materials, and with a mobile base I can it's hard to describe, but I can then fly, maybe even fly the mobile base back to the closer to the planet, and it does it make more sense? I don't know, but some people always ask me to maybe build a big ship, maybe build a mobile base to go around and do what this thing can do. Now, with the gates missing, I can't have a network of these stations and go around with a gate. So a mobile base in my head kind of starts to make sense. With the autopilot, I can still have a freighter that goes to the other ships and or goes from the ship to a planet. With the freighter and the autopilot being able to fly to a ship, that's a neat thing, because I can just go and say, okay, fly to the ship, and I'm absolutely uncoordinated. So I will stop this episode now, because I just wanted to give you the good news and give you an update on the mod situation. In the next episode we will start with the mobile base. The Duchessa is a good replacement for that, but maybe we go a bit bigger and maybe we bring our own style into that. We will see. Good people, I hope you are happy about the good news that the world is back. Let me know your opinion on all that stuff. And I hope I will see you back on Wednesday.